welcome. I have a great friend of mine, Joanne Moorhouse, is here with me. We're going to do an interview with her. She has an incredible photography business, and she is a selling on the spot member. And what does that mean? Selling on the spot helps her build her business, finds her more customers, more connections, networks. And here's some beautiful, just to give you a sneak peek of things that she does. And wow, you're not going to believe that she can photograph anywhere. That's right, anywhere. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Joanne, and then we're going to bring her on screen with us. Um, Joanne is taking you from feeling less than confident. You know what? I think I might have. Hold on a second. I started that on the wrong screen. I'm sorry. I knew that didn't look right. All right. Joanne is an award winning global virtual photographer. That's what I said. Virtual. I was shocked when I first heard about Joanne and that she does her photography work virtually. And how fabulous is that you can get your pictures taken anywhere you want, and she can do it for you. She is on a mission to inspire creative and service-based people, companies, individuals of all sizes to authentically own their brand. And it's amazing to take that message that you're wanting to get across to others and brand it with photography. And I cannot wait for my session with Joanne. I'm going to have to get something booked. I need some individual pictures and some family portraits taken. So I'm pretty excited about meeting her and now to find out that she can do it virtually. So let's welcome Joanne to the room and just hear about more about virtual photography. Hello, Joanne. Thank you for being here with us
Hello.
today. I was in awe when I found out about you being virtual. I had no idea. Am I the only one that has no idea out there in the world that a photographer works virtually now?
No, it's actually quite common. It's definitely a talking point when I meet people and I say that I take their photos without being in the same room or location as them.
I mean, I remember many, many years ago, Joanne, I used to do a lot of family and wedding photography. And sometimes, I would drive quite a ways to get those shots. And now to find out that it's virtual, that's amazing. That I'm just in
Yeah.
awe with that because number one is that if I was in Hawaii and I wanted you to do my photos, I don't have to look any farther. You can do them. Or wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing, and my family. So that's amazing. I love that. Now, how long have you been doing virtual photography?
I found out about it in early 2020 as a solution for the constant restrictions due to the pandemic. And so I jumped in to find out all I could about it and just really embraced it. There's so many benefits of having your photos done virtually. You mentioned a few of them. Also, it's really good because a lot of my clients come to me and one of the first things they'll tell me is that they hate having their photos taken or they don't feel comfortable. And that's one of the really nice features of a virtual photo shoot is because I'm not standing in the same room as you, it takes that extra pressure off and I'm able to get more natural photos. And you almost forget you're having a photo shoot
You know
because
what?
it's just a conversation.
Yes, yes, I can see that. I hate getting my pictures taken.
I'm
Literally,
the same.
I do not like it. You know,
Yeah.
you're always harder on yourself, I guess. I mean,
Mhm.
I think so many of us are. I'm sure there's some out there that's not, but I always see the flaws that I don't like. So I think that everyone sees them, you
Mhm.
know. And, you know, there's certain, you don't want to always Photoshop everything. You know, you
No,
do want to be your true you. You are who you are. So be the best
thank
you can be. That's what I always say.
definitely. I'm all about embracing who you are and being your authentic self. So, I mean, I
Absolutely.
take that throughout my business with really getting to know the clients that I work with beforehand, because that will help them to feel comfortable during the photo shoot. But it also helps um, throughout, and they get photos that they appreciate more. You know, they
Yes. Yes.
and I don't do very much editing on the back end either, unless requested. I try to keep that natural too. So
I love that.
yeah.
I love that because it does catch the real you
Mm.
and the surroundings that you're in. So I love that. My next slide, I wanted to bring up you're not only a photographer, but a visual storyteller and trusted brand advisor. How does that feel and what does that truly mean to Joanne when I say that? Joanne, are you
Sorry.
no, so when I say not only a photographer, but a visual storyteller and a trusted brand advisor, what does that truly mean to you?
It's the
What do you mean by a visual storyteller?
people that are in the
Oh, you're
and
breaking
so
up. Can you speak
it
up just a little bit more?
highlighting who they are, their interests, hobbies, um, what makes
Oh,
them unique.
good. Oh, I love that. The uniqueness. I
Yeah.
love that. And then I'm guessing the trusted brand advisor, you're talking about businesses?
I am primarily, I work with businesses, entrepreneurs, and it's really, I do a deep dive into their brand before we have a photo shoot. So it helps them discover more about who they are and who their brand is, but it also helps me to get to know them so that we can get those authentic stories out through their photographs.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So, Joanne enjoys working with savvy go getter professionals with a goal of creating images that will not only help their audience, but get to know them better and what they stand for. And I think that's so important no matter what kind of pictures you're taking, right? You want to know because if
Definitely.
you don't know as a photographer, how are you going to capture the right photos for that individual? Um,
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, and they enjoy the experience a lot more too than if I were to just show up on the day. They don't know me. Um, they're not going to have the same experience as they would going through the process that I do, where we really get to know each other and build that relationship and make sure that we're on the same page when we get to the photo shoot. It just makes it go smoother. They enjoy the experience and gives them good memories.
yes, perfect.
Yeah.
And with that, Joanne, how has selling on the spot marketplace helped your business? Because I know you are a member. And
I
how
am.
long have you been a member?
I think it's been about, I think I joined around November, December of last year. So it's
Okay.
been roughly 6 months.
Okay. So, how has it helped you in your photography business since you've been a member?
Well, it's meeting people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. Not necessarily going in for looking for work. It's getting to know people, looking for opportunities to um, support each other, collaborate. If you do business, that's a plus. But
Yes.
it's really expanding the world.
Yes. And Jane Moore is the founder, CEO of Selling on the Spot. There are several different departments within her business. She does a lot of training. We do have the marketplace. She brings in a lot of speakers. There's a lot of different ways for businesses of all sizes to learn better ways of communicating with prospects, how to connect, how to network with your connections, and how to pick the right people to network with. And I think that's so important. And she, by being a member, when we say a member, is that you get a lot of your training and speakers that are brought in at a little bit lower price point, or sometimes even free. Um, and Jane is so giving that she even lets non-members come in sometimes for free. And everything's always very economical. It's just more economical being a member. So we love that about this is a different kind of platform I feel like than I've found anywhere else. Is that you're in a room full of business people that have the same thing in mind, to build their business, to grow their business, to connect and network with the right people that have the same mission. I mean, do you see that when you're building your business during Selling on the Spot marketplace?
I do very much.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And we even teach you how to do an audio business card so that
Mhm.
you're presenting yourself well, you're presenting your products. And when I say products, if you are any kind of business owner, you need to be at my next Selling on the Spot marketplace, because no matter what kind of business you're in, you can promote your business during that 2 hours. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So, okay, let's go a little bit farther in your business and learn more about your business. It says you're taking you from feeling less than confident as the face behind the brand to show up as a leader within your industry. So, you know, back in the day, most people, if you were a realtor, you see realtor spaces everywhere on business
Mhm.
cards, on the signs in the yard, any billboards, and the car magnets and everywhere. But not so, and maybe insurance agents as well. But now, as years come by, and now here we are, if you don't have your face out there, if you don't have your business name out there with your face, you're not showing up. I mean, do you see that, Joanne? Is that what you visualize when you're doing pictures for all types of
Mhm.
businesses?
It is very much when you, I mean, people, they want to know, who the people are behind the company. They want to know everything about the company, the service, the products before they invest, regardless of what it is. And um, having good photos can really help along the way of building that trust that you want your audience to have of you, whether it's team pages on your website or interacting with people on social media. You need good images to help build that brand. And
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. And we already talked that she does virtual. Now look at here. I'm in the United States in Texas. Our friend Joanne is in England, and here we are on a Zoom talking about virtual photography. I mean, how much better can we be at, COVID was so horrible to us in so many ways, but then there's so many great things that came out of it as well, like this.
Mm,
I mean,
definitely.
I mean, everyone Zooms now. Everyone restreams now. Everyone yard streams now. There's always some kind of streaming service that we are on for all types of businesses, not just the large corporations. Here I am, a small business owner. Joanne is a small business owner, and we are doing business across the waters from each other, across the world. So, I mean, it's pretty phenomenal that we can do business outside of our neighborhood now. Before it was like I go to the breakfast, the snack, lunch, brunches, happy hours, handing out those thousands of business cards, trying to collect names or just hoping someone will look at my business card and call me, you know? And now we've grown so much more than that. Um, I don't even own, I think I have business cards that I put in with stuff that I ship out, that I'm mailing out, because so much is virtual now. And back to selling on the spot marketplace, I just brought up that we have a what we call a virtual business card, and when we do our selling on the spot marketplace, that's how we kind of introduce what we are doing. That's how we ask for that sale, that event, that spot that we're trying to reserve, whatever it is. We use that to tell people what we do, why we do it, how we can help you, and what the offer is. But that's is I mean, I use audio business cards all the time, every day, all day long, because that's truly what we do now. Um, so she is based in England with a worldwide reach. She brings her remote studio to wherever her clients are in the world with unique technologies that suit clients best. So, like Joanne, you had said before, you really feel out your customer, what they're expecting, what they need, what you know, and how you can do it.
Mm.
And you just show up online with them, and then you shoot your photos, right?
We connect through, it's a special app that was created for smartphones that
Okay.
allows me to connect to my client through their smartphone and gives me temporary access to the camera on their phone so that I can take the photos, and also the microphone so that we can talk throughout, so I can help guide them. I help them with how to prop up their phone so that I can get the right angles for the photos, and then the photos come through the app to me, and I do my editing or whatever with them, and then send them back to the client all ready for use on whichever platform they're going to be using it, whether that's social media or website or even print.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That is awesome. Um, so another question I have for you for selling on the spot marketplace, what do you enjoy most about when you're on the marketplace?
It's really getting to know the people that are on there, seeing, you know, who they are, what they're offering, whether it's a product or a service. Um, just it's the community feel that there is,
Yes,
as well as the learning opportunities. So.
absolutely. And it is a community, um, because we make that comfort level so comfortable. I mean, we
Mm.
always tell you to relax, kick back, get your favorite drink, get ready. Um, we are going to do business, but it's going to be in a comfortable environment. No pushy, no rush, no no spamming. I mean, it's just a nice environment and trusted environment to do business in, because that's
Mm.
what you want to do. And that's really, truly the only way to do a long term business and build by building those relationships and building that trust factor. And that's what we try to teach people at Selling on the Spot Marketplace and any other departments within Selling on the Spot with Jane War. And we want to teach people the authentical and ethical way of doing business with each other. Um, so, when not taking photos, let's talk about that. I thought that was just perfect. When not taking photos, you like to travel. I love to travel as well. Visit historic properties. I love going and looking at all the historic
Yeah,
houses when I go to different areas. Is that what you like to do?
I do. Here in England, we have a lot of old homes, castles, ruins, and stuff that are maintained by charity organizations, and you can actually go in and explore, and it's just so fascinating to see, you know, how people lived in the past. And
Yes. We do have some of that in the US, some things that like when we were in Virginia or West
yeah,
up in that area and Washington, D.C., up in that area. But and I'm sure there's lots of other areas as well. But I do know that when my husband was stationed in Germany, when he was in the Army, we were there for a few years. And we used to love to travel and go see all the castles. It was phenomenal just to see how they built things and how gorgeous and beautiful. And I'm not just saying gorgeous and beautiful like, oh, the colors of blue and purple. I'm just the architect that's in some of those buildings. So you love comedies. I love to sit down every night. My husband and I watch some kind of movie together, a comedy or criminal show or something. I love movies. We love going to movies. We watch movies at home. And I love all of that. And you love to share the message with others to gain more visibility. I love that sentence right there, or partial sentence, because visibility is what your business is all about, right?
definitely. Yeah.
So I love that you've put that in your bio, because I just that short part of that sentence says so much about your business, gaining more visibility. Um, So, what if I had to ask you one thing that you love most about having a membership with Selling on the Spot? What would that be? The number one thing that you enjoy most about being a member itself? Is it the training, the classes, saving money?
Um, that's a hard one. It's kind of all of the above.
That's okay
um,
too.
yeah, I mean, it's getting to know the people. I think is the main
Okay.
thing, because I'm very much all about stories and pretty much everything I do, and it's getting to know people and their individual stories.
And I was thinking you were probably going to say that,
And
and I want to say just a little bit more about what she's saying, because Joanne keeps telling us it's all about getting to know the people. It's all getting to know the people, what they do. And that is so important when building your business, is showing up and continue to show up. Because if you come on anywhere, I don't care, you go to one meeting anywhere, online, in person, whatever, people, that's not building trust. That's not getting to know people. That's going to a meeting and flying away and hoping for business. That is not how you're going to get business over and over again. May not even get business one time, because it's so different than 20 years ago, Joanne, for me. Business is so different now. Back then, someone rang your doorbell, you bought something, you didn't buy something. Probably never going to see that person again, but you still bought. Maybe. Most of the time. Sometimes. But now it's like hardly ever a sale will come from the first time. I mean, I think you're just lucky, or you have such a, oh, well, they know the company that's behind it, like if they're in an MLM or something. And, but people want to trust where their money's going and that you're going to keep showing up when they need you again, when they have questions. When is their product going to arrive? Now it has arrived. What am I going to do with it? Those type of things. They want to know that as their business owner, the person that they partnered with, is going to continue to show up. So you need to show up and you need to continue to show up so these everyone around you get to know you. And it's the know, like, and trust factor that we talk about so many times when we meet up on selling on the spot marketplace. It's the purpose of, like you said, getting to know the people. And I agree with you. And that's kind of what business should be about. Um, so I wanted to show you, and I showed you at the beginning, but I want to show you again of these fabulous pictures that Joanne has done. And Joanne, these were all done virtually, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I know that she told me before we came on that the picture, if I got it right, the first row above in the center where the Longhorns are, it says Stockyard Station.
Yes. In
I'm
Fort
guessing
Worth.
that is in Fort Worth, right?
It
Yes.
is.
Okay. So that is the Fort Worth Stockyards. And there's certain hours, I haven't been there in many years, and I just live in the Dallas area, but you go there a few times and then it's a while before you get back. And I haven't been since COVID, so I don't know if they still do it or not. And I don't know the times, but I know there's a certain time of day or maybe two times a day that they do a herd of the Longhorns throughout the, like, what we call the town of the Stockyard Station, because it is set up like a little town. They have restaurants there, they have shopping there. And I know every time that we went to see this, you're in awe because it's fabulous how they do it. Um, they're dressed up like cowboys in the olden days. And so, but you did take this picture virtually?
I did, but it was, um, even through the virtual platform, I felt like I was there. I think that's why I gravitated to the virtual photography like I did, because it combines the love of photography that I have as well as travel, and just really opens up the world. And
And you know what? That picture looks just like it looks. I mean, it
mm,
looks just like if you're standing there looking at it in live. Because I've been, like I said, I've been there several times, and that's truly what it looks like. And so I guess somebody was just holding their phone up for you to snap this picture.
yes,
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
they took me around to different locations within that area, and I took quite a few photos.
So it's just
All
like you were on vacation in
it
Fort
was,
Worth.
yeah, they were my tour guide.
Now the water picture next to the stockyards, where is that at?
That was in Victoria, Australia.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. And then the is that a lighthouse that I'm looking at?
that's actually near to where I live now, um, but that was still taken virtually. Um, the one above is in Pennsylvania, with the Liberty Bell.
Yes. Oh,
Um,
brilliant. Oh, and look at the young lady with the cat.
yes, that's a cat rescue here in the UK that participated in my project. And that was one of the volunteers interacting with one of the cats there.
That's awesome. And you caught it at a perfect time where the cat was looking up. They were nose to nose. That's
one of my favorite photos.
Yes. And I love the photo that's there that the feet are in the water, and I guess they're holding up the phone for you. That's pretty awesome.
They were. That was a bit nerve-wracking, worrying about their phone getting wet.
But that cat photo it's like something you would find in a magazine. It's truly amazing how you were able that the cat contributed all the way in that photo. I mean, it's just
it creates its own story. It pulls you into the photo, and
it does. It does. And you say it's a volunteer, but she truly looks like that they are in love with each other.
Yes.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. I bet she was, I'd be surprised if she didn't adopt that baby.
They have, I think many of the volunteers have many unofficial cats.
I'm sure yes, because you know what, when you volunteer at something like that, that's probably home away from home type situation. They love going there, because if you don't love going to an animal shelter, you can't be there.
No,
because there's just too much involved, for sure. I don't know that I have volunteered a lot, but never at an animal shelter, because I don't think I could leave them. Just when I go and donate with my business every single week. My husband and I, one of us go and donate our old linens, comforters, blankets, old towels. If you have any of that stuff, if you have a local animal shelter, they love having that, because, you know, especially right now, this is when so many births happen, and they have to have a lot of those type things for delivering cats and puppies. And but yeah, it's pretty amazing, all the things that you can capture being virtually. I'm kind of jealous. I didn't know about this many years ago when I did it. But is there any last words that you have to say? We're almost finished with this segment.
It's just, I mean, I tell everyone, be you, be authentic, be curious. That's what, I mean, I was very curious when I first heard of virtual photography, and, you know, it's allowed me to meet people like you around the world that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. So
Right. That's awesome. So for one last thing before we leave, I do have a Selling on the Spot Marketplace event coming up on Tuesday, April 25th at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And I would love for you to drop in. You will find the event on Eventbrite, or you can contact me and I'll give you the link directly. Come check it out. For some of you, it will be early. Some of you, it will be late. And some of you, it'll be a perfect time. Just try to fit it in. Get up early, stay up late, whatever it is. No matter what kind of business you have. I don't care if you make your own products and you resell them. If you have an insurance agency, if you do virtual photography, Joanne, whatever it is, e-commerce business, training, yoga, dance, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. You need to be at my next Selling on the Spot Marketplace. It is April 25th, just on Tuesday, just a few days away at 10 a.m. Central. All right. Thank you so much, Joanne, for joining me today. Thank you, everyone out there. Have a beautiful rest of your day and be safe. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.